So our first question will come from Alan Policarpio.
Hi, good afternoon po. My question is, ano po yung nag-inspire for the rebranding ng GMA News TV into GTV? And did you ever consider adding another channel na lang na GTV yung pangalan?
Sige, I'll answer that. We've noticed kasi that the audience now, especially during this time, they're looking for more variety. So while we're retaining the loved and trusted news programs of GMA News TV, we've started adding a lot of other shows, entertainment shows. We're going to add NCAA soon. So the name GMA News TV wouldn't really be apt anymore for this channel because nga of the variety of shows. So with regards to your question about another channel, we think that we'll just concentrate on improving this channel first. So this channel will be the go-to of those who are looking for more variety. So that's why we decided on having GTV.
Pero hindi naman po ba para magkakainan ng audience yung GTV tsaka yung main channel? Since pareho mga kapuso talents and stars yung feature doon.
Yes, actually, mga kapuso stars yung ngayon, di ba? The new shows that we've been launching. But actually, GTV is open to all artists, not just kapuso artists. Siguro it just so happens na these first few programs, you see the younger GMA artists. For the difference between GMA and GTV is that we want to really touch the hearts of the young and young at heart with this channel, because we feel that the audience is looking for variety and we want to be able to fill that void because of course limited naman ang airtime ng GMA and maybe they're looking also for this type of content. So we just wanted to give the audience more variety, and with GTV especially targeting the young and young at heart.
Pero in terms po ba of mga entertainment shows, pareho lang po ba yung parang mag-handle sa kanila for the main channel and this channel?
Well, same groups yung mag-handle, but of course, given the volume of the shows, diba, we have to get new teams also on board, new directors, new writers, and consciously, we're really offering content that's, if you notice, The Lost Recipe has been recently launched and it has been getting very good reviews. It has a lighter feel, parang it's easier to watch, it's a love story. So we're targeting that type of audience for GTV versus GMA.
For my final question na lang po, would you say that GTV parang it will allow you to experiment more and maybe use this as a platform to introduce or build up your younger or newer talents?
Yes, probably yun na rin yung ipupuntahan ng GTV because nga, as we've said, we wanted to target the young and young at heart. And as you know, the younger generation, they always want something new. So maybe, given our research on what the younger audience would want, we will be able to experiment with these types of shows with GTV.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you for your questions, Alan. And next is Jimpy Anercon.
Hello po, good afternoon. May question naman po, parang what will be the difference siguro when it comes to programming and how will you make sure po na hindi magbabangga-bangga yung time slots ng parang yung ganitong type of program sa GMA and then dito sa GTV?
Well, actually, of course, we will not be able to avoid the meron certain time slots that will be carrying the same genre. Like, for example, right now, we have The Lost Recipe airing against our own GMA dramas, diba, on the main channel. But as we said, we feel that there is room for a variety of shows, especially if the target audience is a bit different. Kung sa GMA, kung napapansin nyo, the audience there is very wide and mostly it targets the female audience, the housewives, the older audience. But for GTV, we wanted it to have a younger feel. But that doesn't mean na we're excluding also the older audience kasi lahat naman, kahit matanda, di ba, young at heart, everyone, kahit 60 and above, would still want to watch a young love story because they relive, di ba, their past. So, pero that's probably what we want to carry on GTV. Of course, we cannot avoid na babangga siya in some way, but we feel that the audience is wide enough to be able to absorb that.
Yun po. And coming po from that, parang pagdating naman po sa ratings, paano niyo po i-gauge yung success? Kasi syempre, yun po yung isa sa parang mahalagang factors talaga to determine kung gaano ka-successful yung show, di ba? Pero paano po kapag kunyari dito sa GTV since hindi siya yung parang main channel?
Well, of course, may ano yan, 'di ba? May certain rating points to gauge whether or not successful yung show. And as long as medyo may significant ratings naman siya, may a bit significant audience share, it will be already successful. But at the same time, we realize that we have to widen and expand the reach of GTV. So we are currently investing in that. And in this year, you will see that we're going to expand the coverage of GTV both on analog and digital to be able to reach a wider audience.
And last question na lang po, medyo may kinalaman din po doon. No? Parang paano niyo po naman dinidecide din kung ano yung, which ones to put sa ganitong time slot? Kasi napansin po namin, even before nitong GNTV naman po, no, nag-move yung parang entire news strip, di ba, on a 5 p.m. slot. Tapos yun nga po, hanggang sa nalagyan na ng primetime shows na mga drama yung primetime block.
Baka Nessa, do you want to answer that?
Actually, we moved those programs. Good News, Biyahe ni Drew, Pinasarap. These are very popular magazine shows because we noticed that the students and the younger people are already at home, even in the early afternoon, unlike in the past. So since we moved them to the 5:45 to 6:30 p.m. time slot, tumaas pa yung ratings. So that's the good news for us. And I wanted to add to your question to Ms. Annette, how do we gauge the success? As of 3 weeks ago, since we launched The Lost Recipe and then Game of the Gens and then My Fantastic Pag-ibig, we're already the second highest rated channel in the country. So after GMA, it's GTV. So we're really proud of that. I just wanted to share that.
And thank you po. And congratulations po sa success ng The Lost Recipe.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jimpy. All right, so next question naman po will come from Jerry Donato.
Sir, nakamute po kayo.
Okay, sorry. Hi to all. How long did it take you to process this this activity called rebranding? Matagal na ba tong plano ninyo or you just decided on it during the pandemic?
Well, actually, itong pandemic magwa 1 year na rin, 'di ba? But we've started thinking of really launching new shows on GMA News TV before. But then given the pandemic, we saw that there was a need for variety. So probably to answer your question, it started mga a year ago, but then there was a process in determining the types of shows to be launched and the schedule of the launches. So finally, because we've started to launch these new shows and the NCAA is coming soon, and we've already lined up the other shows that we're launching, it was time to already have a new brand for the channel.
Tapos malaki po ba kasi like for example, of course you changed the name from GMA News TV, then now we have G or Good TV. Malaki po bang factor kasi pag sinabi kasi GMA News TV medyo talaga siyang parang heavy on news, and then well in fact it aired also lifestyle shows. So yun din po ba yung reason why you have to change the name, then use the word good, no?
Yes, kasi hindi na siya ganun kabagay talaga. yung name na GMA News TV with a new channel, especially given the fact nga that we've been launching a lot of new shows on this channel. We've launched some entertainment shows on the weekdays and in the weekend. So parang hindi na siya tugma talaga to call the channel GMA News TV. So kaya nga naging ano na siya, Good TV, because it will encompass more the variety of programs that we are airing on this channel.
Mm-mm. Pero for my last question, what sort of new audiences do you expect to attract na madodraw ninyo for this new rebranded na TV network?
Well, we're really targeting the younger audience. Siguro pwede na rin teens, but mostly the 20s and the 30s. Especially given the fact that we're also having the NCAA soon with us. So parang we feel na we can cater to that age group of the audience. And yon, we're doing more shows that focus talaga on their tastes and their what they really like to watch.
Pero ano naman po siya, hindi naman siya masyado, it won't cater to a specific social strata. Kumbaga, I mean, everyone is welcome.
Yes, everyone is welcome.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Jerry. All right, so we now have Tito Eugene Assis.
Ay, magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Para sa mga good TV people, anyone can answer this. Alam natin yung NCAA seasons will be aired soon on GMA at most of the games. I'm sure mapupunta naman sa GTV. Gaano po kahalaga yung NCAA dun sa part ng programming ninyo?
Hi Eugene, Ollie here.
Hi, Ollie.
Kamusta, Sir Eugene? Actually, long time no see.
Yeah,
we are allocating an ample airtime, no, specifically for the sports block on GTV. So we're finalizing the games. In fact, we've been very busy coordinating now with the NCAA Mancom and Policy Board to finalize season 96. So in terms of time slot, block siya ang ibibigay ng GTV. So yon. And of course, all the games have to be finalized pa, but GTV will be allocating a big chunk of its airtime for the games. And of course, we are also open in the future other high quality na mga sports content. But for now, we're concentrating on our season 96, no, with the NCAA.
Okay. So nabanggit mo yung may iba pang mga sports na i-air ang GTV. Ano-ano ba yun? Kasama ba yun dyan ang golf, women's volleyball, mga ganyan?
Oh, actually, Sir Eugene, ngayon, we are, nagpo-focus kami. To tell you honestly, we are focusing now with NCAA. We've been receiving mga proposals from other sports league, but we are still doon sa NCAA. But we're open. Hindi namin kino-close yung doors to have yung nga, other sports.
Okay. Thank you very much. That's all. Nice to see you again.
Thank you, Sir Eugene.
Thank you. All right, so next up is Nikki Wang.
Hi, good afternoon. Well, anyone can answer my question. GMA, well, the way I see it, it's like a big paradigm shift for the network with GTV. Now, GMA News TV is known for newscasts and public affairs programs. So, what will happen to the existing programs? Will they still air on GTV?
Hi, Nikki. I'll answer that.
Hello.
Hi. Yes, they'll still air on GTV. When you switch on the TV in the morning at 5:30 a.m., it's still double B, so News TV. And then we still have our top rating midday newscast, Balitang Hali. And then we're still airing the simulcast of 24 Oras. And then we have State of the Nation, late prime time with our new anchors, Atom Aralio and Maki Pulido. And we also have regional news every day. So it will be very strong still on news. And then in terms of public affairs, all of our high rating magazine and lifestyle programs are still there. I
Everything
wonder,
will be retained, so to speak.
yeah, well, I wonder still there, Brigada,
Uh-huh.
Good News, Pinasarap, Pera Paraan, Biyahe ni Drew, and In Real Life with Gabby Garcia. So all of the shows that were airing on GNTV are still there on GTV now.
But of course, GTV is heading into a different direction, and like what Miss Annette mentioned earlier, you're targeting an entirely different audience, a younger audience. So, what will happen to the existing programs? Will there be any adjustments just to fit the taste of your target market or target audience?
Well, State of the Nation, we already changed the anchors to younger anchors.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, for our other programs, they were already hitting that demographic before. I don't know if you get to watch Pinasarap or Biyahe ni Drew, but these are really, really popular with millennials and Gen Zers. And I think Gigi can tell us about the reformat of another much loved program, formerly known as Idol sa Kusina. So, Gigi, maybe you can introduce
Yes,
our new
please.
cooking program.
Yes. Recently, there's since the pandemic, and there's been a lot of interest with farm to table, or growing your mga plantitos and plantitas.
Yeah.
The other day, Nikki, diba, we were in a MediaCon also, where we introduced our new food show, which is Farm to
From
Table.
the table.
Yeah. So we have a younger chef joining us. So we still have those lifestyle shows with us. And aside from that, yung Taste Buddy, which has been a long-running program in GTV, is with Solen Staff and Gil Cuerva, it's still there. So si that boy, who was with us for many, many years, kasi he's Davao already. So doon siya naka-base. So he wants to focus on his farm. So parang timing rin, kasi di ba
Mm-hmm.
pandemic, travel. So now, with Farm to Table, we have a new, I think it's a new feel to a cooking show. It's not your typical studio setup, So that's something that we want to show to the younger audience. Well, the young audience and the young at heart. Kasi like ako, I'm not a Gen Z or millennial, pero di ba,
Young at heart.
you still love to watch those lifestyle shows. So they're still there, and we're so excited to launch these new programs.
Thanks, Miss Gigi. And for my final question, I'd like to ask Miss Annette. Miss Annette, since there's this rebranding, how would you like in a few words, how would you like GTV to be known for?
Well, probably I would want it to be known for a channel that really gives what the young and young at heart want to watch. Yun.
All right, I'll take that. Thank you, Miss Annette, and congratulations to the entire GMA team.
Thanks, Nikki.
Thank you.
All right. So up next, we have Irvine Santiago.
Hi po. Pasensya na pa wala akong video. Mahina ang net. Ayan, tanong ko lang po, kasi ngayon, di ba parang yung Lost Recipe talaga yung pinakabonggang show ngayon sa GTV, at pati kami dito ay adik na rin po dyan sa Lost Recipe. And kayo ba po, may balak po ba kayong mag-produce pa ng mga ganitong light drama series sa GTV?
Thank you for watching Lost Recipe. Sobra ko rin siyang favorite. Yes, we have many more. Hello po. We have many more of these series lined up. Medyo iba yung theme, iba yung storytelling, and we're bringing out, we're casting younger stars na hindi masyado nakikita sa GMA. So we're really excited about the upcoming programs. From Public Affairs, our next one is Love You Stranger with Gabby Garcia and Khalil Ramos. Sobrang exciting. It's mystery romance, medyo bordering on horror. So it's the kind of thing that we haven't had the chance to produce before. Yun ang excitement for us producers. Nabigyan kami ng chance ng GTV to tell new stories, to cast new artists. to discuss themes that we weren't able to discuss in the past. So if you know sa Lost Recipe, there's time travel, tapos hindi linear yung storytelling. Hindi siya yung traditional na sunod-sunod na nangyari mula sa kabataan. And then you have themes of competition and ambition, following your dream, which is really big with millennials and Gen Z. So magpapatuloy kami ng ganong klaseng drama series in the future.
Thank you po.
Thank you.
Thank you, Irvin. Hopefully, we can see you next time. All right, so we now have Richard Paglikawan.
Hello, good afternoon po. Tanong ko lang kasi pinag-uusapan natin yung mga current na shows at saka yung mga susunod na abangan. Pero ano yung mga long-term plans for GTV? Aside from those currently airing, what are the other upcoming entertainment shows lined up for GTV? And will there be programs as big as those being aired on GMA's primetime block? As in terms of productions, kaya ba nitong tapatan ng budget ng GMA main channel? Thank you.
Sige, maybe I'll answer that. We have a lot of new dramas lined up also after The Lost Recipe. As Nessa mentioned, they're launching Love You Stranger. But before that, there's Heartful Cafe starring Julie Ann and David Licauco. And then we also have Jowa Sessions, Boarding House, Dreamland Hotel. It's already planned and lined up for the weekday primetime drama slot. But then we're also launching some other shows like game shows, like Game of the Gents, a variety show like Flex, reality shows. We also have sitcoms like Basket Boys, Happy and Gay. So we're launching a lot of new shows with covering various genres for this channel.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Sir Richard. Ayan. So we also have a question sent by Don Sermino. His question is, I'll read, can we expect more of the younger Kapuso artists, especially GMA Artist Center talents, to be featured here on GTV?
Sige, I'll answer that. Yes, Don. Since nga the objective of the channel is to reach out to the younger market or the young at heart, usually it's really the artist center talents that are in the forefront, and we're so excited and so happy for them kasi nabigyan sila ng opportunity na maging lead agad sa prime time, diba? So it's a good opportunity to build them up and for them to be able to tackle or give life to the good stories that the producers will come up with. So, una pa lang dyan sa not just on prime time na drama, but also in the weekends. So, yung Flex, which will launch soon, ang mga cast dyan sila Mavi Legaspi, si Lexi Gonzalez, si Althea Ablan ng Prima Donnas, si Joaquin Domagoso. So, kumbaga sila na agad yung frontliner. So we're very excited for them.
Thank you, Miss Gigi, for answering Don's question. We also have a question sent by Miss Tessa. Yan, dito sa ating chat box. Miss Tessa is asking, what specific variety have your young and young at heart audiences for GTV asked for? And will there be 2 primetime and late night newscasts? Ayan, so that's her question.
Well, siguro in terms of the question, what do the young at heart and the younger audience look for? We've been noticing and also we've been hearing requests from them to feature more love stories, more lighter dramas rather than those involving the filial dramas, yung masalimuot na dramas. They're looking for these types of love stories. Hindi lang yung love stories that's run of the mill, but something that's new, like The Lost Recipe and the upcoming Heartful Cafe and Love You Stranger. You'll be able to see that while these are light love stories, there's also something new in them that caters to the younger audience.
Thank you, ma'am. All right, so next naman po na magtatanong is Maurice Panaligan.
Hi, good afternoon po. Kahit sino po pwedeng sumagot sa question ko. I noticed earlier kanina dun sa promo video po natin na mention may mga anime series din na i-air sa GTV. And lately, there's been a lot of noise, especially with Baldur's 5 Legacy coming up. And really, the 90s babies na lagi nagko-comment na GMA, pakibalik naman yung mga anime. So, anything we can expect po from the anime na GTV is looking to air in the coming weeks or months?
Well, we've lined up the beloved animes that have been airing before in GMA. Diba? GMA was known as the Anime Authority. So this will also trickle down to GTV. So for example, we're launching Pokemon and the other Dragon Ball Z, those loved animes that we used to show years before in GMA. You'll also see them now on GTV.
Any new titles maybe that we are looking into?
So far, we're focused now on the classics, but we're also on the lookout to acquire new anime titles.
All right, thank you po.
Thank you, Maurice. All right, we also have a few questions sent by our friends from the media. Over at the chat box, we have all right, so from Miss G of Malaya, hi Cheska, Attorney Annette said GTV is open to all artists and not just Kapuso artists. What does that exactly mean po?
It means that, we didn't create GTV just to fulfill, just to be an outlet for artists from GMA and from our artist center. This is we also are open to cast artists from all managers, all production houses. So in the future, hopefully you'll be seeing more of these other artists on GTV.
All right. Thank you, Miss G, for sending your question. We also have another question from Sir Jojo Panaligan from Rider PH Studios. So this is for Sir Ollie. Ayan. So aside from Drew's show, will there be other shows on GTV that will drum up interest in local tourism since things are looking up now with the expected end of the pandemic? I remember before there were shows on the main channel that were shot in Davao and some that even incorporated other dialects in the script.
Actually, I think sila Nessa, no, the public affairs have already lined up some programs that will showcase to the different places across the Philippines. But we have now currently the regional strip, no? This is the local news matters strip. We have segments in those newscasts, those flagship newscasts that highlights, that caters, focuses on the different spots and activities na pwedeng gawin ng mga young at heart at ang mga young ones, no? Even during pandemic. So yung strip, by the way, if I may share with you, there's it's actually hosted by the different flagship regional newscast of RTV. Every Monday there's Balitang Amyanan, which is in Tagalog, and then Tuesday Balitang Bisdak, which is in Cebuano. On Wednesday there's one Western Visayas, which is in Hiligaynon. And Thursday, there's one Mindanao for the Mindanao viewers. And then Friday, we just launched our regional newscast in Bicol. So it's Balitang Bicolandia. Lahat yon, this local programs, meron silang mga segments, no, specific on this subject. In fact, like my Mindanao, Laag Tabay. So these are segments that focuses, no, on this on tourism and other places that Filipinos and even foreigners can appreciate or like, no?
Alright, maraming salamat, Sir Ollie. May sunod na katanungan si Sir Jojo Panaligan. Is there a chance for GTV to have its own artist center?
Sasagot ako. Hindi. Ano lang kami, we're one. We work together and we're united, and I don't see that that there's a need for that, because we're one company. We're still GMA.
All right. Thank you, Miss Gigi. Ayan. Thank you din, Sir Jojo, for sending your questions here at the chat box. We also have a pahabol question from Jimpy. Since there is also a clamor from some loyal Kapuso fans to air reruns of classic GMA 7 shows, will there be a chance to consider classic drama or youth-oriented shows in your programming?
Well, as of now, there's no plans on doing that because we already do that on our digital channel, The Heart of Asia. So, but who knows? But as of now, we air already those loved shows on Heart of Asia.
Thank you, ma'am. And for our last question, babalikan lang po natin yung question ni Ms. Tessa. She asked po, will there be 2 primetime and late night newscasts?
We actually already have 2 newscasts in the evening. After the simulcast of 24 Horas, we then have State of the Nation, and this is immediately followed by regional news every day. So we do have a lot of news on GTV.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Ayan. So, last po, pahabol na question. Is there a possibility of a drama anthology focusing or featuring stars from GMA Artist Center? As in parang GMA Artist Center presents. Yan, from Sir Richard.
Can I answer? There's actually an anthology now that's running. It's produced by Public Affairs. It's called My Fantastic Pag-ibig. It's really good, and the leads there are all from all from GMA Artist Center. We're very supportive of each other. So that's a very good show. I hope you can catch that. Yeah.
All right. Maraming salamat po for sending all your questions. And that's about the time that we have. Thank you for joining us today. And we'd also like to acknowledge the presence of Mr. Butch San Agustin. He's also here with us. He's the Vice President for Program Support Department. Ayan. Hi, Sir Butch. He's here. And at this point, also, we'd like to ask Ms. Annette for a final word as we conclude our interview for today.
First of all, I'd like to thank all of you for your time today and for listening to us. We're very, very excited for GTV, Good TV. Aside from offering the most loved and trusted news, we are launching a lot of new shows. We are having the NCAA soon. We're launching different genres of shows catering to the young and young at heart. This will go hand in hand with the investment that GMA is pouring into GTV to widen its reach, both in analog and digital. So we hope that you watch GTV and that you enjoy the shows that we are going to launch and that are already airing now. Because, alam ko naman, lahat rin tayo dito, young at heart. So I hope that our shows will endear themselves to you. So again, thank you. Thank you very much for your time today.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much, Miss Annette, Miss Nessa, Sir Ollie, and Miss Gigi for joining us this afternoon. Mga kapuso, GTV is available via free-to-air, cable, satellite, and on GMA Afford the Box and GMA Now, as well as on other digital receivers. GTV's exciting programs also air abroad via the network's international channels. That's GMA Pinoy TV, GMA Live TV, and GMA News TV International. Watch out, watch the news you trust and the new shows to love beginning February 22 on GTV, keeping it good. And for more details, you may follow and visit GTV's official social media account. That's at GTV Philippines on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and on TikTok. This has been your host, Cheska Vistal, and enjoy the rest of the day. Stay safe, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Okay.
Maraming salamat po.